Molded as a kid to get busy and ring bells. See sort of a seashell that is the Jack be nimble. So many colorful phrases that's to tap the middle.
These seconds, minutes, hours got me thinking about days. No longer just a dog who was caught in a cage. I simply simplified it in the simplest ways. I'm a sun that burned so brightly that you needed some shade. I'm a diamond with a heart who lived the life of a spade. Screaming hybrid in the club while the bubbly sprayed. Never went to special ed, but I had it on me. Never had a graduation, but completed my grade. Never been a cockroach, but I got caught in the raid. The internet is like a virus, but I'm more like a plague. Plagiarism to my book, but I altered the page. But I let you act as act, so I gave you the stage. You niggas chat like 12, so I gave you the gauge. You only green whenever I turn green when I rage. Niggas chasing they tail like a mice in the stage. And just like any chicken, they get caught in the egg.
I got people warring my life like it's a retail, while others lie in their raps cause they know that the streets sell. I'm such a complete drill, structure in the game, and I play it by the rule cause I study the detail. My mind is a deep cell, locked in a cheap cell. Molded as a kid to get busy and ring bells. See sort of a seashell that is the Jack be nimble. So many colorful phrases that's to tap the middle. I got people.
Yeah. That structure in the game, my man CK.
Yo.
Yeah, that's a nice joint right there.
Yeah, I like that myself.
You're gonna learn today. Yes, that's the little session we having. We're gonna go in on a couple of things here. So, hey, Big Freeze, you ever heard of Drapetomania? Drapetomania? You ever heard of that?
Yeah. Just found out about it.
Okay. Well, we're gonna put the peoples on to this because a lot of people don't know, man, including myself. You know, we're gonna give it a little bit of back here.
Drapetomania was a mental illness proposed in 1851 that claimed all runaway slaves were mentally ill. Samuel Cartwright was a physician that claimed that only an insane slave would flee from their masters, as the conditions of slavery were favorable in comparison to the lives of free Africans. Cartwright claimed that slaves were ultimately treated well, fed appropriately, and kept safe and healthy. He also claimed that African individuals were supposed to be naturally easy to satisfy and control. He stated that any slave that went against this supposed easygoing and submissive nature could be cured of their illness via whipping the devil out of them. While many Southerners at the time read Cartwright's articles, individuals in the North mocked Cartwright's ideas. Currently, the scientific community does not look kindly upon Samuel Cartwright and his theories, and his writings are used as primary examples of pseudoscience and scientific racism.
Not nice. Yeah,
that shit is crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy. That's real pseudoscience.
Drapetomania. Okay. Yeah.
Who come up with this stuff? Who comes up with this stuff? You can't make, man, this shit is crazy. And
this is real stuff that's been going on, man. Real stuff that's been going on. What people don't know is it's a lot of things similar to that they just don't talk about on a regular basis, you know?
Yeah.
That should be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Don't you think?
Oh yeah, all day, man. Man, when I first seen this, I was tripping about it. I'm like, man, this is why we need these people, like I said, Farrakhan and people like 19 Keys, Ben Carson, all these different type of guys. You know, it's a need for that because, you know, if we depend on the school system or whatever, they'll distort the history and make it seem like slavery wasn't a bad thing. So the people that's in power, the won't look so bad. You know, they try to reverse it to make it seem like us trying to get away was like you said, mentally ill. That's crazy. That is retarded.
Oh no. Oh yeah, big time. Let's finish checking it out. Look at it.
While many Southerners at the time read Cartwright's articles, individuals in the North mocked Cartwright's ideas. Currently, the the scientific community does not look kindly upon Samuel Cartwright and his theories, and his writings are used as primary examples of pseudoscience and scientific racism. Drapetomania was a mental illness proposed in 1851 that claimed all runaway slaves were mentally ill. Samuel Cartwright was a physician that claimed that only an insane slave would flee from their masters, as the conditions of slavery were favorable in comparison to the lives of free Africans. Cartwright claimed that slaves were ultimately treated well, fed appropriately, and kept safe and healthy. He also claimed that African individuals were supposed to be naturally easy to satisfy and control. He stated that any slave that went against this supposed easygoing and submissive nature could be cured of their illness via whipping the devil out of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it'll be bad.
This can't be real. Can't be real life.
You're not I'm gonna beat the piss out of you, something like that. Yeah, man. Some things come on now. Yeah. These are things that if you tell somebody, they think you're lying.
Exactly. Yeah. Woo, yeah.
You're lying, and that's why it's sad that DeSantis, okay, what was that? The governor out in Florida, okay, he's trying to stop, black studies.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
So why is it so important for them to try to stop black studies and stuff like that? Why is that so important? That's the question that need to be asked.
Well, you want to silence the truth, man. That's just, come on now. It goes on all levels. Look what just happened with me with the situation. This was just off of a simple question. So imagine how it was, just even with power. If you know something and you don't have the money or the wherewithal, somebody could crush you with just their power. So, not to mention, you got to remember, a hot minute ago, you had no rights. You had no rights. You couldn't take a white person to court,
Well, so it's time to add it up and cut the check.
You talk about that black reparations, yeah, and even that, things like this, and you got a question, should foundational black Americans get get reparations? It's a no-brainer. All of the stuff that they've been through, never had real repair, okay, and then you still have people that say that we got more than anybody else here, okay, because we're not considered an immigrant, so it's a whole bunch of things that's set against us, and it's even goes on to this day. It bleeds even to this day. The evil things that go on, because that's straight up evil. That's straight up evil. And if you don't believe me, that's straight up evil. Check this out right here, because I got a whole bunch of stuff to show you. Pure evil on earth. Okay.
But before you get into it, why do we never have to worry about this with the other Juice crew? You know what I'm talking about? Why they don't got to get their stuff erased, but we get ours? They want to make our shit look like it wasn't that bad. Come on now.
You want me to tell you why?
Talk to me.
You want me to tell you why? Hello. Did you not realize, okay, what just went down? Okay, with the romper room. Okay, Mob Tide equals the romper room. Okay, what just went down? Okay, I couldn't even have a conversation. Okay, with not a suspected racist, but a racist, and here it is. Okay, I still got people co-signing and oh no, he's not. Oh, it's 100%. He has no bone in his body, of a racist, and here it is. Imagine some money was at play. Imagine some prestige was at play. Imagine some houses was given. So you got to look at these things, and not to mention, a lot of these people, okay, come from other countries. Just because they have melanated skin doesn't mean the mind state is there. So it just weakens up the mold. And just by looking, think about it. If you just see a Haitian or maybe a Colombian that's dark skinned, you're thinking that they're black just off of appearance until they open their mouth. Then you're like, oh, okay, you're Latin. You see?
Right. That's
okay. So, yeah. So it goes into a whole bunch of things, but in fact, let me erase what I was just could take that down. Yeah, I got to holler at the engineer. Engineer's a little slow today. you get your man checked. we got some Jews out here. Yeah, the ladies. Yeah.
No gummies.
Yeah, we got some jewels here. Check this out.
case goes on all the time. And let me tell you that even FBI discriminates against European Americans in the way they report crime statistics. If you have a minute, I'll give you the example.
Sure.
All right. The FBI has a classification of perpetrator of a crime and victim of a crime. So pay attention to this difference. They classify perpetrators of crimes as white, Black, or other. 90% of Hispanics are put into the white perpetrator category. So any crime committed by Hispanic, 90% of the time will appear as a white crime. Now, the FBI does know the difference between Hispanic and white because on the victim side of it, they have Black victims, white victims, and Hispanic victims. So they know the difference. This is what strange thing can happen. They can call it an interracial crime when a Hispanic assaults another Hispanic, because 90% of the time the Hispanic perpetrator will be called white and the victim is Hispanic. So you see, that's clear discrimination. I do not like it. It was not the basis of the laws that's changed in 1954, first with the Brown versus something desegregation decision. That was each person to be judged individually.
And I'm asking this to play devil's advocate a little bit. What is your response when people see this and see things like who you call Southern Poverty Law Center a hate group itself?
Oh, it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
When you see these organizations like that.
Okay. Yeah. So you see what we dealing with
If you
here?
make less than $50,000 per year, then this message is for you. Congress just passed a
Yeah,
free
it's crazy,
$1.9 trillion.
You gotta be kidding me.
But see, and that stuff has been done so quietly that until people see something, when they're a lot of times you're gonna find something. We all have experienced this. When you're looking for one thing, you end up finding something else that you couldn't find for a long time. Okay,
Yeah.
that happens a lot when you start doing. Anybody does research on a topic, they'll find something else, and they say, "Wow," and that's why, like, people that read things, they'll start saying, okay, well, this is what I got. I read this piece, but now I have to link it to something else. And then it branches off, and then it's all connected, but you don't realize it until you start reading one part. It's almost like a treasure map kind of thing. And that's the sad part about it, is a lot of stuff that's done we don't know about, and until we look into it, and then it's like, well, what can you do? And then a lot of this stuff, we don't have the power, as far as it's already been done. And that's why you always have so many people saying, if you don't like something that's in your county or whatever, then you go ahead. And you got to get out and vote. And because the people that are being put in office, you're voting for those people, or you're not coming out to vote and you're giving those people the power anyway.
And then you're getting upset when things happen, that you don't wish for.
That's
But
true.
but this what we bringing up voting. People also need to start putting people in play that's going to benefit them. You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? For example, what the Asian community does is they put their money where it's going to work for them. Where it is, we don't do that. The black and brown black and brown community does not do that. They just stand,
That's
like,
true.
for example, they'll just stand behind Democrats and say, okay, we're just going to vote Democrat, and they
Yep.
don't do anything for them. For example, look at what happened with the Biden administration. What's going on now? They didn't even want to talk to Ice Cube, who had an actual plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least talk to him. So, these are things in our face, and then we wonder why we're constantly being treated like second, third, fourth class.
That's true.
Because of things as this, and it just gets worse and worse. It doesn't get any better.
First, we're gonna have to say this: the Asian community is not that big on voting. They have power with them because they stick together. They build their own communities.
That's true.
They have their own business. Good. You've been to Cali. You've been to Cali when you see all those Asian businesses all down the freeway.
Yeah, they got West Covina right by my house. I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
Buy them. I see how, but they stay on code. That's our
Yes.
big
They're on
problem.
code. That's true.
In the black community, if we was to stay on code, we'll be unstoppable.
I
That's
Okay.
agree
true.
with you, but I'm gonna tell you this: nobody has the agenda put against them like our people. That's what we consistently divided. That's something that's systematically that's been going on since Willie Lynch and all that other stuff, all the way to the crack era, all the way
Yeah,
to stuff that's going on now.
but that's
We
why.
are we're the primary targets all the time. Nobody else is a primary target.
True. But that's once you know it, then you know what to prepare and do. That's why it takes preparation. Remember, I forget the exact words, but it's prepare. Strategize. You know what I'm saying? You have to get these things together, and we're just all over the place. And the bottom line, what's the surface, okay, of the house? The support would be on code. That's it.
Okay,
Once
I,
you start
I,
getting on code,
I,
just like
I,
that's how if you look at hold on, just like the Asian community, they was able to rise up, and even the numbers aren't there, even to the present day now, but they're able to sustain that on codeness where they keep that dollar in one. They homeschool each other. You know what I'm saying? They help each other out. It's
and,
still
and
that
I'm gonna
family
tell
community.
and I'm tell you something, Giles. Those people still have the same language. They have the same religions. They have everything they have from scratch. We don't have none of that. We don't know who we were worshiping or whatever before we got here. We don't know our language. Everything started from scratch, and then it's been divided and conquered since then.
No, I hear that.
They don't have they haven't had to deal with that like we have. We still got a country that still got sundown towns. You see,
Yeah,
one
but
of the biggest
look.
songs in America right now is that
Okay.
country song where it's talking about don't try that in a small town. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but that's like one of the biggest songs right now. It's a country song
Yeah, but
right now. Yeah.
as they say, you can't help everybody, man. And that's just the truth of it all. And the predicament that we're in, it's so many people that are lost that can't even be brought back. It's kind of like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So
Right.
sometimes in the point we're at, we can't help everybody. You can't help
No,
everybody.
you
I'm not
can't.
talking to
You
everybody.
gotta,
Everybody's not going to come to the table.
right.
Everybody doesn't have the same apparatus in their mind state where, okay, I'm gonna look out for you. A lot of people they'll get set and then forget everybody. Look what happens to people that they get out to the suburbs or get out to more affluent neighborhoods and they'll shit. They're not coming back. And somewhat you cannot blame them because look what happens. People are falling for the banana in the tailpipe, as they say.
Look, I tell you this. I said this so many shows, man. I swear that crack era was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
nail in the coffin when you got them drugs that hit the community so hard that divided the families, and then you have the whole
Well,
welfare system to support the a lot of the women and keep the men out the household. That's whole another. Um, that's a
component.
big machine you fighting
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
daily
It was all around. I would say I mean, coincidence with you. I would agree with you on that because it even happened. I was talking to some lesbians yesterday. Shout out to the I call them the Get Fresh crew. Shout out to the Get Fresh crew. And I was explaining to them how even in the with the liberal thing with the feminist movement and everything, that
Yeah.
was that was the what I'm saying, to penalize, because a lot of that came, believe it or not, on the feet of black men. Because I remember seeing it in publications in the 90s and everything. Oh, we don't need no roughneck and all these guys. And it was just down and down. And it was mainly urban, men. And, the majority of urban men that they're talking about was black and brown men. So
Listen,
even to this day, it's a big thing with this to this day. I'm,
right.
I'm independent. I'm, that whole movement.
Right. Hey, look, I'm gonna throw this out there since you brought up, that community. Look how America is trying to force it on Africa. They're not trying to force it on nobody else, but they trying to force it on Africa. That lifestyle.
But who else is there to force it on?
Why
That doesn't agree.
why you choose one particular?
No, but I'm asking you, who else is there? Because every other place, they they
You
kind of.
got Arabics. You got Arabics. That's
Oh yeah,
the Middle
yeah,
East is
yeah.
right. It's
There
just
you go.
North
There you
Africa.
go. See, that's why you got to keep that
That's
good boy
North
hat on,
Africa.
brother. Nah, you're right. I forgot about that. You're right. Yeah.
You know, I mean, shoot, come on now. That see when you push that agenda, that's population control because 2 men is not gonna make a baby, 2 women not gonna make a baby. You know what I'm saying? So that's a form of population control. So that's what I'm getting at.
Hey, more baby mamas for me, man. Shit. No, but that's not. Now that part I don't agree with like that because it's shit.
why?
There's so many
Why?
babies being born. It's a certain community, of course, that their numbers are
So,
low. But
so you telling me 2 men gonna make a baby?
No, what they'll do
no,
is
that's of
they'll
course
adopt.
that's emphatically now cipher. I get that, but
Yeah, they'll
that's
adopt.
Okay,
huh?
why they not pushing it on Israel? Why they not pushing it on China, Japan? Why they not pushing it in Latin America? Why
Because in a lot
that's
of different cultures, they don't accept that. Then
Africa don't accept it.
there's some cultures that you know if they catch that they'll stone you.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
And this is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
they did that
Africa
in
is
America in a hot. Yeah, oh yeah, the natives, a lot of native communities. Oh yeah, they didn't play that,
listen,
especially on the West Coast.
Africa is standing up against the United States for that. We don't do that. That's not
Yeah,
our culture. You
but
know
they
Right.
what I'm
don't.
saying? But they steady trying to force it on Africa.
Yeah,
But they're definitely they're getting
Look
blowback.
yeah, look at every black TV show. They're forcing it. Look at
oh
the
yeah,
cartoons.
yeah. It's
They're
definitely an agenda.
forcing it. Look at the schools. They're forcing it. The
Yeah.
agenda is real.
Now, see, at
Population.
first, I thought the agenda was because it's their time now, as I used to call it. But once I seen it started getting flooded, as you were saying, Freeze, where every show you watch, you got to see a scene where it's got to be, even an innuendo, So I get it because you got to remember a hot minute ago, Freeze, 30, 40 years ago, you were damn near it's like MFC just said, stoned to death. I
Yep.
I grew up in the
Now,
'90s where a lot of dudes would go downtown just to mess around with people in those clubs, which
Yeah.
is not right. Worry
now
about what
I
you're doing.
will
I
I
don't agree
will
with it.
I will say this. When you if you grown and you make that decision, that's cool. That's how you want to live your life. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
At
Right.
all.
However, when the media is forcing it on people, they're forcing it on the kids, they're forcing it on the countries,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother story.
That's
Mhm.
true.
No, it let a person make their own decision. If they feel like that's how they want to live their life, let them live their life, but don't
That's
force
true.
it on nobody.
That's true.
Shit, they ain't doing that to North Korea. I know that.
Exactly.
Nah, they ain't doing that. No.
Shout out to my man Dread El Compa. I miss his ass, but yeah, go ahead. He's the
Oh man.
yo. Yeah, that was a funny dude, man. Man, we was fighting. Hey, we bringing up Dread El Compa. We was fighting on 050 one time, right? I called his ass Fraggle Rock.
Hey,
The most
hey,
I seen his ass upset.
that bring back a memory. Look, check this out. It's real quick. So I remember one time, me, Emery, and my other boy, we was at these girls' house because we met these girls in Canada, right? But they lived in Detroit. So we over there chilling, having a good time. Then Emery gonna whisper to me, "Don't she look like a Fraggle Rock?" Talk about my boy girl, and she heard him. She heard him, and she kicked us out.
Mm. Get out my damn house. Yeah, see y'all playing games out there. Can't take you nowhere. But yeah, this right here is deep, man. If you're sensitive and shit, you might have to cover your ears on this.
May not be familiar to you, but this is John Brown. John Brown was enslaved in the mid 1800s and subjected to excruciating experiments by a Georgia doctor named Thomas Hamilton. Hamilton believed there were physiological differences between black and white people, and he used Brown's body to prove it. After he escaped slavery, Brown described what happened to him in an autobiography. Dr. Hamilton set to work to ascertain how deep my black skin went. This he did by applying blisters to my hands, legs, and feet, which bear the scars to this day. That happened because Dr. Hamilton, a slave owner, was trying to scientifically bolster the prevailing ideology that Black people were mentally and physically inferior to white people and therefore benefited from enslavement. That thinking was so pervasive at the time, it spawned propaganda like this print from slavery apologists who pushed a narrative that enslaved Blacks in the U.S. were better off than white factory workers in Britain.
What?
And it provided material for slaveholders like South Carolina Senator John Calhoun, who in an 1837 speech argued that slavery was a boon to Black people. Never before has the Black race of Central Africa, from the dawn of history to the present day, attained a condition so civilized and so improved, not only physically, but morally and intellectually. This kind of thinking gave rise to junk science like drapetomania, which translates to runaway madness. It was a clinical term of the 1850s based on the belief that slavery so vastly improved the lives of the enslaved, they would have to be mentally ill to run away. The term drapetomania was not removed from medical textbooks until after 1914.
Hold on, we got to stop that there. Did y'all hear that?
Yep.
1914. Okay, 1914. So you know, so this stuff basically, you know, was going on, you know, up until a hot minute ago. There's a lot of things that you know.
1914. My grandfather was born in 1909.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. So this was, and not to mention, even when they stop it, you know, you're still gonna have, just like how we just brought up the Get Fresh crew, right? For example, there was one time when it was looked at, you know, as real bad. Where it is now is totally acceptable. So these are things where it's just messed up that, as you were saying, Freeze, it seems like we're the only ones being picked on. You know, because there were other people that were slaves at one point. There's other races that was shit. Look at it. We're not even immigrants. Foundation of Black America is not immigrants. We can't be, you know, deported anywhere. So
Right.
If you really want to get right, technically, we should be treated the best. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
like that makes no sense. But that's where that hate comes from.
Look at what's going on at the border right now. You know, I see the Texas governor put some buoys up so, you know, people can't cross the water, not supposed to cross the water. However, the federal government is on his head about that. I mean, come on now. We done had laws for a long time. You know, now they just like whatever, letting the guard down. It's not about the people that's here, it's about the people that's coming in. Why is that? Why is our money and resources going to that when we have people here starving right now? You know what I'm saying? We got people in the streets homeless, and then we got people coming in here staying in hotels. You know what I'm saying? Getting money from the government, and they're not even legal.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Right about that one, boy.
Well, let me just say this. In New York, they just were talking about our mayor, Mayor Adams. He just pushed out something that he wants to have it for the illegal immigrants that are coming here, that are being bused here. They only could be in the system for 60 days. And then the hotels that they're being put in, they got to leave it. And then just put them in the street. So, of course, you know, that's a problem. But what it is, everything that we have now, there's no more space. There's no more space. No. As it is now in the summertime, they're using schools in the summer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
See, this is my thing. Okay, even if you're gonna bring people over here, why bring them in cities that's already heavily populated? Send them to Wyoming or Montana or Idaho or something like that.
Yeah. Well, that's why Texas, you know, as soon as they come to Texas, that governor has the bus he turn around and go somewhere else. They send me to upstate up to New York.
But that playing hot potato, like Freeze was saying, it shouldn't even been done. I know somebody who got married about a year ago, still hasn't had the interview, okay, because he said it's a backload. Are you serious? So you mean to tell me? And he's been here what 4 years? Okay, just happened he got married. Okay, his visa was up. So my thing is, and not to mention, they're bringing people over, just giving them, okay, just giving them their papers,
But
damn near.
and that's
So
the other thing too. They're vetted. They normally you're supposed to be vetted before you come in here, right?
yes.
But unfortunately, they just like you said, the floodgates are open. They're coming in, and it's so backlogged that they're saying a person may not get vetted to up to 10 years because
Yeah,
of the lack of staff they got.
and that's another thing. We just got through a pandemic, right? And we have all these people coming over. Now, I've been watching news and watching mainstream news and alternative news, and there's already something else spreading. So how we know people won't start bringing those things over here? There's a new disease, a hemorrhagic fever, something like that, that's
Yeah,
already spreading
yeah.
it's spreading in Europe, spreading different places around the world already. So now we got people coming up from there, coming up here. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, it hasn't hit America yet, as far as I know. But how do we know these people not gonna bring something in here?
No, it's true. It's true.
And
So it's
I hate to sound I hate to sound like this, because I do love Latin culture. I love Latin people. I do. I got friends that's ride or die that's from Mexico or Guatemala. But so that's what makes it a slippery slope when I talk about this. But on a real level, this ain't right. Like, for instance, y'all know my story. Oh shit, I've been living hell for the last 2 years just because of this COVID. Changed my whole life.
Yep.
I can't get no help, but these people come and get help like crazy.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Sound like you a hater, bro.
No, he's feeling left out.
Don't be hating and shit.
Yeah, there you go. Left out in the cold.
Oh shit, left out. Go ahead.
But it's just like they say, even the homeless people in every town are being pushed down the ladder, and even your vets. Now that's the most horrible thing. The vets are the homeless
Yeah.
vets
Yeah.
being
That's
decide like
messed up.
second class citizens. That's for real messed up.
Yep.
That's all the way
So you do
fight
have
for
a
this
lot of
country,
different cities.
get your head messed up, mess around, be homeless, and then to get treated like that, or not even just homeless, just with certain certain mental problems, which a lot of them have, because it's
Right.
torture, just serving those tours that they do. It's just it's evil, man. It keeps going back. That's evil, man. That's sad.
That's evil.
And I
Yep.
got
How could you be patriotic and not want that,
right.
to be like we supposed to take care of them, like that they're our own.
Right. And then I got one more thing, and I know y'all tired of me talking about this, but then a lot of people are going to be losing their jobs in the next year or so, or one now in 5 years, due to the AI taking a lot of jobs. So now that sets a situation where we got a lot of people losing their jobs, and then you got all these other people coming in, and they're gonna wind up having to get on the system anyway.
Yeah.
So now that's a situation that could make the system collapse, food stamps and all those different things.
They just had
to think
something
about all this stuff.
They just had something in the news today where I think it came out last night. This union came and was telling these workers that had been there for 30 years or so that they run a risk of not having their pension that they worked all their life at their jobs at that specific job.
Mm-hmm. For that,
I was always told that's not going to go on too long anyway. That pension is not going to last.
Right. I mean, sure. I remember what 10 years ago or so, when the city of Detroit went bankrupt and everybody lost their pension that worked for the city. I remember that. That wasn't long ago. That was 2008 or so.
Man, shout out to my peoples on Dexter. Word up. Detroit, YBI. Oh yeah.
I mean, sure.
Y'all don't wear the gators like we do, but anyway, I digress.
These a lot of
I'm
situations we
gonna be in
face.
Detroit this winter, man. I'm getting some of that Detroit snow. I don't care what you say. Yeah,
Come
I'm
on
gonna
down.
keep your pantry freeze.
Come
I'm
on
getting
up.
some snow this year. Shit, man.
Please tell him he can't. You know what they say. You know that they say you can't handle the truth. Okay, take him from Arizona going to Chicago in the winter,
Man,
right? Forget
Oh,
it.
oh yeah, Chicago way worse
Forget
than
it.
Detroit.
The,
Way
crazy.
the
worse.
Come
pipes.
on
I was
now.
told those pipes. The lamp post was so cold that if you put your hand on it to lean, to
Man,
get
that
your
Detroit
balance,
shit ain't
your hand
nothing.
gets stuck.
That
Yeah,
Detroit shit.
yeah. Chicago winters are way worse than Detroit. Way
Yep.
worse. Our winter's not too bad.
Remember, I'm in Vegas most of
Chicago.
the time. It's cold down there. Shit, where I'm at in Vegas, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deal.
What is
When I
your
grew up,
definition
I
of
Yeah.
grew up
cold?
in New York. You know, I could deal with damn. Come on, I used to be outside. Come on, hello, we hustling outside 4 or 5 hours. All right, we
What
ain't
is
going
your
in the
definition
building.
of
Hey,
cold?
In the building, it's still cold. Okay.
hey. Speaking of Vegas, need to get a Airbnb right now for the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
yeah.
Super
You,
Bowl.
man, you already know that's taking up. Shit.
Nah, not really. My uncle just got one not long ago.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, not long ago at all. So
Grab one up. But yeah, hey, speaking of that, man, Friday we're gonna have a nice big party on Winning Cypher. We're gonna get it up for that Errol Spence fight, that Crawford Errol Spence fight. We're gonna be taking
oh
bets.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
we're gonna
That's
bet.
gonna be a big one.
Yeah, I
That's
told my
the
lady get the hands
that's the
together and
fight of the
shit. I need all
decade.
the money. I'm taking donations. I'm gonna give it back to you. In fact, yeah, MFC, let me 100. I'll give it right back to you. So no, I'm just gonna win it. I'm doing my research right now. Come on now, you know I'm good for it, MFC. Come on,
You
you
sound
know,
you
let me
sound like
100.
one of you sound like one of my grandkids. Grandma,
Let me 100. No, let me 100. I give you 120 back. Come on now.
there
Yeah,
you
there we
go.
go.
Right?
Yeah, we doing it mob style. Mob style.
Oh
You
no,
gonna be
it's
that's
crazy.
your big, okay? 120 back. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I'm gonna do it. No, yeah. So I'm putting in my bets. I haven't decided yet. I might go for Spence, but I'm so I'm doing my research right now. Yeah, do your research, MFC.
Ooh, Spencer bad. Both of them cold. Both of them
Who you got,
cold.
Big Freeze?
I'm going with Spence. I'm going with
Why?
Spence. Well, first of all, he bigger. They ain't gonna that his jab ain't no joke. He's stronger than Crawford.
Nah, think
Crawford got a little bit more experience, but they both undefeated. Plus, Spence is the one that gave Mayweather black eye. So shoot, Spence ain't no joke at all. Neither
yeah.
one of them are, but
Nah, that's what I said. It's
Spence.
gonna be the best. I
But the
say
only,
boxing is gonna be the
the
best
only,
fight of the year.
the only knock on Spence is he had that car accident and he flew out. Remember he flew out the window. So
Mm.
that's the only
Oh
thing.
wow.
But then
Yeah.
again, his last fight, he damn near knocked the dude. Well, shoot, he broke the dude eye socket. So shoot, he ain't no joke.
Yeah. Wow.
That's what I'm looking to do. I jump in the ring with somebody. I am not playing. But yeah, we're gonna get back into this. I want you guys to
Yep.
definitely check this out because this is real deep, man. This is real deep.
Human experiments and racist propaganda and fake science were used to prove something that we all know now is patently false. Black people did not benefit from slavery, quite obviously. But this year in Florida, the echoes of those falsehoods can be heard once again.
What?
Yesterday, the Florida Board of Education approved new standards for Black history instruction that require lessons for middle schoolers to include, quote, how slaves developed skills, which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit. The old racist trope from the 1850s that slavery benefited the enslaved seems to have been resurrected in Florida, and middle schoolers in that state may be required to learn it. As part of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' efforts to whitewash Black history, high schoolers in the state's public school system will now be taught that race massacres, like the racial terror in Ocoee in 1920, the largest incidents of voting day violence in American history, that those massacres included acts of violence perpetrated against and by African Americans. In reality, it was a white mob that killed 60 people in Ocoee after a Black man tried to vote. But those guidelines are part of a new set of standards that Florida's Board of Education approved yesterday, downplaying America's history of anti-Black violence. And as part of their campaign to Make America Florida, state officials want to export those standards nationally. Joining me now is Jelani Cobb, Dean of the Journalism School at Columbia University. And
this is crazy. Yeah, we're gonna definitely unpack this today.
But see, that's
Florida's
the
gonna
important part. I'm sorry.
Florida,
That's the important part of why we have to start from home
right?
and start that foundation from the family with home. And it's a learning curve for everybody, right? It's a learn. I mean, we learn something every day, so it's a learning curve. But this way, the children are learning the true stuff, not watered down or filtered around and changed around like, there was something wrong, with black people and stuff like that, and that they were subhuman, you know. So it's, it's a shame, and just like the Big Free said earlier, there's still sundown towns, So the people that are in big cities, they don't know what sundown towns are.
Yeah, but
And
that's
so that goes back to why that dude was scared to pull over in the semi.
Yeah.
I've been there. See, I don't know if that dude was a foundational Black American or somebody from overseas. I don't know. I haven't heard him talking nothing like that. However, I remember when I was on the road and I had to tell my partner he was from Africa. He didn't know the history of the country. He didn't know that. He only been in the country for 5 years. He didn't know. He don't know about Malcolm X. He don't know about the marches. He don't know about none of that sundown time. So I used to have to tell him, man. I remember we was in Mississippi in the middle of nowhere one day, and I told him, man, listen, stay by this truck. Do not leave this area because you don't know where you at and you don't know how things work. See, I used to be a door-to-door salesman. So I traveled through the country, mainly through the South. So when I've been in them sundown towns in South Carolina. I've been there in Florida and stuff like that. I done had dogs sick on me and everything. I done had somebody try to hit me with a truck. I experienced those things. So I know what I'm talking about. And I know these things happen.
Yeah.
Yes. It is not nice. Not nice. But this is why you have people, with the side eye, people that really know, and you can't blame them. You can't blame them because, if you really know your past, it's a freaking nightmare.
Of course, a staff writer for the New Yorker. Dean, I feel like I'm always bringing you on for the news around education gets more and more depressing, especially in the state of Florida. This seemed for a long time, the effort has been minimize white aggression, minimize white crime, minimize white murder and targeting of people of color throughout American history. Now, sort of the other side of that coin is, and upsell the notion that either Black people enjoyed slavery or that they were somehow complicit in this racially motivated violence.
Sure. And so this is outrageous, but it's not shocking. When you know the history of this is just a repetition. So even as these events were being perpetrated, there were attempts to, one, eliminate the record. When you go to Tulsa and also when you go to Ocoee, many of the official documents that you would use to actually record that history have been destroyed. And so there's the attempt to whitewash it in the immediate aftermath, and then the reversal of the narrative to make it seem that the people who were victimizers were actually victims, and people who were victims were actually victimizers. The most pernicious part of this, however, is not the dishonesty, not the outright lying on people and who lost their lives, but it's the purpose of it.
Yeah.
They do this in order to uphold an unjust and unfair state of affairs in the nation and in the state. So they're telling this story. The question is, they're telling the story for what ultimate purpose? And I think that's where it gets to be really pernicious.
Well, it's pernicious, but it's, at least from my vantage point, transparently pernicious. It is so egregious that the Vice President of the United States is going to Florida tomorrow to talk about what's happening in the Florida public school system. I wonder if you think they get away with this.
They potentially can. Given what we've seen, the Anti-Woke Act and the Don't Say Gay Act, and the kind of rearguard march that's happened in education in Florida, the way that they're antagonizing people at the university level, the way that they are, creating a chilling effect, across education on all of these tiers. I'm not sure that they won't be able to get away with this. I will say one thing that I think is also particularly disturbing is the fact that Ron DeSantis was a history major.
Yeah.
That he graduated from Yale with a degree in history. Now, I know the faculty at Yale. I know that department. I've lectured at Yale. Nobody, I can guarantee you, nobody taught Ron DeSantis the foolishness that we're seeing being passed off as history in Florida right now.
Well, I think I believe you when you say that. I think what's equally disturbing about all of this is that other states are looking to Florida as a guiding light in terms of how to revise American history, how to shift the country into reverse, as you say. And what could emerge is literally just the fragmentation of American education, right? Where you have blue states that are not under the same sort of duress as red states, where history is taught in a fulsome way, and then red states where we have revised our history, where there's a different understanding that children are brought up with as it comes to America's bloody and violent history on race. And what are the implications for a country already so fractured to poison the well in the education system? We're talking about children in elementary and middle and high school to be brought up with this.
Sure. So the issue is the protection of hard-won rights.
Yeah.
The fact that people were excluded from the social compact, excluded from the civic compact, the fact that people had to lose their lives in order to attain rights that were granted in other communities at birth. And so that is the fundamental narrative. And that's a crucial narrative in terms of understanding how this nation came to be what it is. Now, if you eliminate that narrative, what you do is make it possible to marginalize those people again, to strip away their rights again, and not only to be able to do that, but for the public to not even understand the travesty as it is happening.
Right. Well, when you say, I mean, basically, they've tried to censor the phrase structural racism, and now they're actually trying to tear down the sort of structure itself,
Sure.
right? It's not just the language, it's actually the history itself, trying to revise it in a way where structural racism, not only can you not say it, it never actually existed. I mean, I think the fundamental issue is that we understand that to be cancerous for the United States of America. Other states, so enamored of this idea that CRT has poisoned the well, are going to replicate. I mean, do you think it's a foregone conclusion that this gets replicated in red states where governors have looked kindly upon what Governor DeSantis is doing?
I mean, people will try. I mean, that's absolutely. And the same thing that we saw with CRT. And so, what you do is strip away the utility of history in the first place. And as I say, time and time again, teams watch their game tape to see what they got wrong, not what they got right.
You're so right.
And that's the whole purpose of studying history in the first place.
If you negate the study of history, then you devastate the world of politics and policymaking. I'll say that, because so much of what we're trying to do is correct the wrongs of the past through policy, through programs. We see why it all dovetails into a political agenda. Dean Jelani Cobb, it is always so enlightening and such a pleasure.
Man, see, that's not nice.
Yep.
That's not nice.
Well, one thing I can say, Florida's going to have a hard hurricane season due to the things that they are doing down there.
Yeah. Well, it seems like they've been doing for a while. It seems like they've been doing for a while. They definitely got to get it right there. Come on, Luke. What's going down? But yeah, Florida's always had that aura, Yeah. There's a town in Florida. What is it? Oh my God, how could I forget? But anyway, yeah, it's like a sundown town, and
Florida has a lot of sundown towns.
No, but I'm talking about sundown town where here it is. I'm driving down there. I'm being a teenager. Me and Snow Bunny. I used to mess with up from the BX, and it took me down. Damn,
I'm telling you, I don't work in Tallahassee. I don't work in Gainesville. And I done went all around a lot of places in Florida, and I worked doing a lot of those small towns. Because
she said a word. Do you know this word? You know this word, Freeze? Pernicious. They said this word. They were saying that word. Well, we're you're gonna learn today. It's a learning day. That means causing insidious harm or ruin. Okay, or ruinous injuries, hurtful. Okay, so pernicious. Yeah, because I heard him say it a couple of times. You know, I get like that. If I hear a word I don't know, you know, you got to look it up. So anyway, you learned something today. You want to learn today. Yes. So man, they definitely putting in work on us, man. Putting in work on us over time, man. What
And,
would we?
and that goes to show back to what I was saying. We are always the targets.
Well, public enemy number one. Yeah, yeah. Public enemy number one. You know, and you gotta stay. But we've been that way. You know, we've been that way, especially foundational Black Americans. We've been, you know, how you say, gang ready. We've been, you know.
Hey, I this might be unpopular, what I'm about to say, but this is why Radical Mike thinks the way he do. Because
Shout out
again,
to Radical Mike, man.
those
Shout out to
times
Radical
in
Mike.
the South.
But you know what? I'm gonna show you guys something, right? Now, I want your honest opinion on this. This right here, I definitely want to hear what you guys think. You know, both of y'all.
In my office into an enclosed space, and I hit her in the face.
Surveillance video shows Ivory run after the manager and into his office. When she approaches, he punches her in the face. While the security video does not have audio, the manager later described the incident to police on body camera video.
So I tried to literally close her out, but at that point she was like pretty much running, so she barreled her way in and then kept coming into my office.
Okay. Yes. And you just hit her and that's it?
Hit her like right in the face, like right in the jaw.
After the manager punches Ivory in the face, security video shows him calling 911.
What did your notes say? The lady came in and punched her man, or her manager punched her?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all funny, right? Yeah. So, what do you guys think about that?
Man,
he changed up the scenario.
Yeah, he did.
No, he
played
didn't.
the victim.
Right. He played the victim.
Not really. Hold on, check it out. You gotta, you know, it's not always.
Push my way in.
Yes.
I came around the corner quickly.
Hey, would you
I did not push
quit
the
talking?
door.
Hey, no.
Excuse you?
Stop talking. When I'm telling you, you stop talking. Okay?
Do you know who I am?
I will figure that out when I get your ID.
Ivory later tells police officers the incident stemmed from her request for reparations on her purchase.
So what caused the issue out here today?
But I came in.
Actually,
Target is somewhat of
Okay.
who are you gonna have this big discussion with?
Target, whatever Target I need to speak with.
Okay.
Overnight success.
Yeah. See? So basically, what was going on? That's why I was trying to show you guys. I'll get it, but what was happening was she was claiming she put $1,000 worth of items, in the cart, and she was saying that reparations was gonna pay for it. You know, now, but how she messed up was she bum rushed the manager's office, and I don't think he should have cracked her in the face. And I'm asking
Right.
you
He
guys,
wasn't justified to do that. Well, he's going to claim he was standing his ground.
What state was he in?
it don't matter the state, but you know that's I know what you're saying as far as it staying your ground, but we're talking a man and woman, and you know you clearly see this woman, she's not athletic like that. Like you didn't have to crack her, you could have pushed her, you could have nudged her. The way he cracked her, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain things you don't got to do to that degree. That's like I've been hit by females, for me to hit them back with the same aggression, that's not right.
Right.
Bottom line, I'm not saying you get back and then you lose it. Even that's not right. But people's impulses is something different. This right here, it could have been dealt with differently. As far as he cracked her like it was like a dude. You hit a guy like that. You don't hit a female like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And they have cameras, so I wonder if it turned out that she was able to press charges.
Who was able to press charges?
Was the woman able to press charges against the guy once they saw the film?
Well, you got to remember her story, MFC. Just like, hold on, let me give you guys a little bit more backstory, okay? Because the manager, she somewhat explains it, and she explains basically, like I said, the lady was, but the reason I brung it up was, if this was a white female, it would have been more of a. You could tell us a mental situation. This is a mental
Right.
situation over here,
Right.
okay? All right. It's not like this is somebody who,
First of all they had to do was call security.
That's what I was gonna say.
Register. That's
yeah,
it.
but free. She unrushed the guy's room. He walked to the back. He had no time to do that. I could understand that, but my thing is, you didn't have to punch her in the face. That's all.
Security while they was at the register.
She ran by. Okay, let me show you this just so you can see a little bit more. But basically, I brought this up to show people's behavior.
Describing
Okay.
to police what happened.
So I came around and I was like, hey, what can I do for you?
Okay.
And usually it's like the price is wrong or whatever. She starts going on this spiel about about how I've had a privileged life and she's been disadvantaged, and then said that she was asking Target to make reparations for her. And I said, that's not something we can do tonight. If you need a donation, you can call tomorrow. I can put you in touch with the HR person, but that isn't something I can do for you right now tonight.
Okay.
And then she was like, you need to put me in touch with someone tonight. And I was like, I can't. There isn't.
Okay. Strange.
Yeah. And then she got really close to me. So I put my hands up and backed up, and she followed me. She was like breathing into my eyeballs.
Was she screaming at you or?
Yeah. So she got really close to me. I put my hands up. I touched her shoulders because she was coming into my space.
Okay.
And then
Security.
because I touched her, she went after that and just started screaming really loudly and backed me up against the soda machine.
Okay.
And then that's when our security person, she called our security person.
Security video shows the incident unfold as Ivory approaches the manager and gets in her face. After that, a loss prevention manager approaches.
So what happened?
She
Okay, being secure at 2046.
Okay. Came up. I tried to verbally de-escalate. She told me that she wanted to wreck it out, and I told her we couldn't do that.
Okay.
And then she said, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Man, I need you to back up or leave, but we can't do that for you." So she started charging at me. I came all the way back into my office into an enclosed space, and I hit her in the face.
Surveillance video shows Ivory run after the manager and into his office. When she approaches, he punches her in the face. Well, this
you make a stand so they can change.
You ready to go outside?
If the laws are meant to hold people down, you will fight for me, my community.
Let's go outside.
Responding officers explained the Target manager was not in the wrong and will not be charged.
That doesn't, just because your intentions were good, does not make this any less illegal, unfortunately.
Right.
So we
But
have,
what happens when the
so give me 2
laws
seconds.
are not okay for people?
I
We need to talk
have
about
to
it.
enforce the laws that are in place. Okay, that is our job. That is our goal.
But he's not getting arrested for assault.
It's not assault. He's defending himself.
Ivory maintains she did not get physical with any Target employees.
No, there was not at any times that my hands came up to do anything to anybody.
You're not being
When I
charged
did,
with
I
assault.
stood my ground.
Okay, you
And
were
when
wrong.
people, no, I wasn't. Standing your ground is not wrong if you're standing it in the truth.
Finally, Ivory allows officers to handcuff her.
I need you to turn around, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Thank
As a human being.
She's then escorted to a squad car outside the store. She continues to speak with officers, saying she was forcing an important conversation.
When it gets to a point where a young man reached out and hit an older Black woman,
regardless of age, race, anything,
you don't hit somebody.
You don't hit people, but I can also understand why he did. He was defending himself. You chased him into a closed office where he had no point of exit.
Right, that was the point. I was forcing him to have a conversation.
You were forcing him to become scared and in fear.
When asked if she could have handled the situation in a different way, Ivory repeats her same stance.
We have to be able to see and communicate with each other, and that's what I was trying to do. and I asked nicely, and I got refused, and I stood a line that scared them, and they lashed out.
So do you think you could have approached it in a different manner than how we approached it today and probably got the same goal, the same end?
How do you expect I'm asking for something at the register to be done. The cashier couldn't do it for me. I asked her to bubble it up to a manager. That's what you do. You take it up the chain of command.
That's what you do. Yeah.
But this is the problem. My people have been trying to take it up the chain of command, and they are getting knocked back because the laws are not in their favor. For you to take a hard stand, I just got hit.
Yeah. Woo. Kind of sad, man. It brings a tear to my soul seeing stuff like
No,
that.
she shouldn't. He shouldn't have punched her, but unfortunately, it could have been. She could have did it different. And if she felt like this whole thing with the reparation part for her at that store, and they said she'd have to come back or whatever the case is.
Yes.
It would have been better if she either, if she really felt about that, go back the next day, and if they wasn't going to do whatever, then seek, somebody from your
MFC.
normal area. They have all these free places you could go with free attorneys or free advocates.
For what? As far as
To advocate, that they see like now it's like a third person, like a third party that's neutral, not on either one's side, could possibly talk to her, because in her mind she wanted to put that they said that she purchased the stuff. Now she wanted to get her reparations.
Okay, MFC, that's a loony. She's a loony bin. Okay, no place does that. They were just trying to appease her, like, okay, they you could tell it's something not right. Okay, the screws are not bolted in right. You could tell that. My thing is, she was in the wrong, okay, because one, you don't know people. He doesn't know her. You don't know if she had a weapon or something like that. I'm talking
And
about.
if it was a gun carrier state, he could have easily shot her. Yeah.
My problem is the manner how he hit her. Okay, because what
that's
I
wrong.
do is I always reverse it. No, you could punch him in the stomach. You could. Okay, just think about it. You got a big kid coming at you. For a grown man to hit a kid like you would a man, the way he punched her, she was on the floor. He hit her in the matter. Okay, that's my only problem. As far as I don't agree with hitting females, but hey, in the manner she was acting, that's not in a female manner. You don't back me into a corner and then expect me. Remember, I'm a stranger. He doesn't know her. You're getting too familiar now. You see? So of course you stop the problem. Give a little bang in the stomach or something like that, or trip her. You could kick her. You got 2 feet. That's what I would have done. I would have pushed her. She came again. I would have swept her. I'm not gonna punch you. I'm not gonna punch you in the face. Now, people's impulses. Now, if she smacked him from back and he just cracked it, that's something different. But yeah, that was uncalled for. And he's claiming, I couldn't push the door. Come on, you seen these ladies' arms? Like you could have tossed her and closed that door. Called the police and dealt with it in that manner. But once again, and I'm just showing it's just a show. And
he definitely shouldn't have.
It goes in. What you said, Freeze?
Security.
You got a Tourette's. Did you have a Tourette's syndrome? But no, it
He
goes
said
into
security.
No, but check this out. And this is the difference. Okay, I'm gonna show everybody the difference of how you're being treated.
That's right. For approaching the driver, who begins talking about nearby road construction.
Okay, what's all messed up?
The roads are all under construction and whatnot,
Okay. How'd you get on this side of the road?
Oh, well, I actually just flipped around right here. I'm pretty sure you saw me.
Yeah. I'm just saying, when did you get on this?
I literally just flipped around right here.
You flipped around?
Yeah, I thought I could just come back this way, but apparently not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely not.
The trooper then asks for the driver's license.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay, you got your driver's license on you?
Yeah, I do.
Watch how many times if you tell him stop putting your hands in your, you keep telling him stop putting his hands in his pocket and everything, right? And the guy keeps doing it. That's why I'm trying to show this, so you can see it's definitely a biased situation when you deal with crime, and people are being treated totally different, and that's what people need to realize. What is up with my engineer? Where you at? Come on, girl. Let him go in his car. He could have
someone
pulled
in
out a
the
gun or
middle.
something.
I think we're okay right now.
Yep.
You got your driver's license?
Yeah.
For the third time.
Let's see. Can you give my name?
Yeah.
Because I don't have my license actually on
You
me.
have an ID on you?
I don't have an ID on me.
You got to swallow it.
Whoa.
No, just hang tight.
After this, the driver notes they should step out of the road, likely for fear of being hit by oncoming traffic.
Let's go to the road right here, don't you think?
Yep, I got this lane here. Just stay here. Hold on. Don't get back in the car. Don't get back in the car.
Hey, get up.
Don't get back in the car.
Get up, bro.
Don't get back in the car. No, you're not flipping it around. Step out of the car.
Wow.
You're not flipping it around. Get out of the car.
As the traffic stop continues, the driver continues to resist the trooper, ignoring his commands and instead demanding a cigarette. Eventually, the trooper attempts to detain him.
Hang on, man.
Yeah, send me cover.
Quit freaking out, man.
No, don't get back in the car. Come over here.
For the fifth
Come
time.
over here.
Where do you want me to go? Sorry.
I want you to go right here.
Yeah. I think I'll stay with these cars coming this way.
Yeah, have a seat on that for me. Have a seat on that for me.
Can I get a cigarette, please?
You can have a cigarette. Have a seat on that. Okay. You got anything in your pockets?
No.
Okay, let me check. Don't dig in your pockets for me. Don't dig in your pockets, man. Come on.
I just wanted to stop that real quick because we all had incidences with the police, right? It's no way in hell, okay, you're gonna constantly be telling me the same thing over and over, and I'm gonna keep doing it, and you're just gonna, you know, like you're talking to a friend of yours, y'all just bantering with one another. This, you know, is totally what goes down, okay? Because I've been in vehicles where, you know, I'm like, whoa, I can never get away with that, but
Man, stop.
That's all I have.
Put your hands behind your
Bro,
back.
I don't have a cell phone.
Put your hands behind your back for
Dude,
me.
I don't have a cell phone.
I don't care. Put your hands behind your back. I'm just detaining you right now. Okay? I'm detaining you right now. Don't fight with me. Don't fight with me.
I would have been thrown on the floor.
No,
I can't see it, Jeff.
Don't fight.
Dude, I need a
What's
cigarette.
this going on?
Don't bring this on, dude.
Don't fight me,
Dude,
man.
please don't start.
Stop.
Dude,
Stop. No, don't get back in the car. Come over here. Come over here.
Where do you want me to go? Sorry.
I want you to go right here.
Yeah.
You see the BS, right?
These cars coming this way. Yeah.
Have a seat on that for me.
And from
Have
the
a
way
seat
it
on
looks
that
like
for me.
he's the only one by himself.
Take a
He doesn't
cigarette,
have a
please.
partner
You
with
can
him.
have a cigarette. Have a seat on that.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, but
got
still,
anything
they
in your
don't treat us
pockets?
in that manner. They don't just treat it like that.
Okay, let me check. Don't dig in your pockets for me. Don't dig in your pockets, man.
Man, I just
Come
have a
on,
cell
man.
phone,
Stop.
That's all I have.
Here you go. Put your hands behind your
Bro,
back.
I don't have a cell phone.
Put your hands behind your back for
Dude,
me.
I don't have a cell phone.
I don't care. Put your hands behind your back.
Stop,
I'm
sir.
just detaining you right
No,
now.
I'm not.
Okay? I'm detaining you right now.
cigarette.
Don't fight with me. Don't fight with
Can I
me.
get a cigarette, please, sir?
No.
No,
We're
I need a
past that.
cigarette.
You're
No.
not listening,
Dude,
bro.
I need a cigarette.
Stop. Don't fight
Dude,
me.
I need a cigarette.
Don't
Bro.
fight
Don't
me.
bring this on, dude.
Don't fight me,
Dude,
man.
please don't start.
Stop.
Dude,
Stop. No.
Stop.
Stop.
Dude,
Stop. Stop.
stop, dude. I need a cigarette, bro.
No, you stop.
I need a cigarette.
Give me,
Calm
no.
down.
No.
Calm down, dude.
No.
Shout out to
We're
Lawrence.
past that. We're past
He
that.
could have,
We're past
when you
that.
see
Sure, I'm
someone
not
behave
being
like
arrested,
that,
detaining you right now.
he could have a
Stop.
behavioral problem.
No.
Just
Stop.
listen, we're gonna give a vaporizer, bro. Stop.
No.
Stop.
No.
Please.
Stop.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Stop reaching in your pockets. That's what I want you to stop doing.
Come on, dude. Here.
Okay.
That's what I have.
I thought he didn't have a phone.
Okay. Don't reach in your pockets.
Why
Quit.
he didn't call
Okay,
me
Emmett,
back?
come on, Emmett.
Stop.
He should throw him against the car and
What do you
circle.
want me to do?
I want you to stop. I want to put you in handcuffs.
Why
I
he
wanna be
didn't
in
call
handcuffs,
me
bro.
I
back?
don't care.
Dude, I'm not going to handcuffs right now.
I can't trust you right now, man.
But the driver heads back to his
it
vehicle,
out.
getting out a cigarette.
Come on,
Y'all ain't see shit yet.
Stop.
Stop.
What are you doing in your car?
Yeah, that's a behavior issue.
Stop. You're gonna get tased.
Dude, stop.
You're gonna get tased.
Dude, stop. I got a cigarette, bro.
Want to tase a point? Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
What happened to the
Wozniak,
tape?
Elon Musk,
What happened to
other
the
tech leaders recently
tape?
voted
No, there's another car coming. That's why.
What?
If you see, There's
That
another
must be,
another cop car's
you must
coming,
you
so he's
must
gonna
know
have
him.
backup.
You must know him. You making excuses
Hey,
for
but
his.
I want to
God,
I
point
know
this
about
out
stops.
to
God
point.
damn,
I'm
that
gonna
your cousin or something, MFC? Let me find out. God damn,
I'm gonna
shit.
point something out. In the beginning of the video, it was a sheriff car that went right past.
Yeah, okay. Check it out.
Quit digging in your pockets, dude.
When the driver still does not listen to the trooper's demands, he's tased.
Finally.
Stop! You're gonna get tased. Stop, dude. Stop. Stop.
I would have been shot already.
Stop. Taser.
The trooper warns that he will fire the taser again, but before that, the driver takes off.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Now you're gonna get tased again. Stop. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Whenever 6, he's taking off on his car.
Body camera footage from a backup trooper shows the same moment from a different angle, showing the driver speed off.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Now you're gonna get tased again. Stop. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Not a single shot was fired.
Ram the sign.
Dash camera footage also captures the mayhem.
The CS3 radio channel looks like they did deploy taser.
That car should have been shot up.
I know.
Immediately after the
Or
man drives
even the
off,
tires.
troopers
Even if they
begin
didn't
to
want the
run
person,
after
they would
him.
have did the tires.
Check it out. Watch what happens.
It's a red Volvo. He just went down the ramp.
The driver headed down an embankment onto Interstate 70. Seconds later, he's hit.
He's running across I-70 right now. He just got hit. Send medics now.
Oh wow.
70 eastbound at the 260. He just got hit. He just got hit. He's down there.
Yep. And that was in Colorado.
Okay.
Okay. This happened in Colorado where this went down. All right. And you know how they get down over there. But this is shit. And Colorado is predominantly white, I would say. And that treatment right there is very, very cushiony, wouldn't you say?
Well, that's because the officer, the first one, when he started behaving the way he did, you know how the officers are trained to look at people like their eyes, if they look like their eyes are glassy, that kind of thing. But you could clearly see that the more like he put his hands in his stuff, that there was something going on with his behavior. That there's some kind. So like for him to get calm, he had to have that cigarette. Right? When the officer wouldn't give, of course, the officer's not going to give him a cigarette.
Yeah,
So
but
he went in,
okay,
and that's when you hear him, once he got tased, then you hear the breathing. He's panicked. Okay? So technically you get tased, now you're going to comply. Okay, what did you want me to do? But he didn't. He that what they call flight, his flight instincts took off. But again, like I said, so some officers are trained to see that and some officers aren't.
Okay, let's get back to the treatment. Okay. If that was Big Freeze, would he be treated the same way?
No.
Okay.
No.
And that's what we're talking about.
Hey, why would
That's the main thing that's you know what I mean? The topic. Like I get it. Obviously, the same way that lady was having a mental problem.
Right.
You understand? It's not right to treat one person one way and another, because I know damn sure, I did security, okay, for Office Depot, which is, a big store, something like Target, right? And you would treat it differently because I seen it myself. They would treat the Latino and black criminals different than the white ones. These are just
Of
the
course.
facts.
Yep.
You
That is
know,
the fact.
and that in itself is not right. That's why I had brought that up. You
No, it's
know,
true.
just to show you the treatment. Okay, because there's no way in hell I could get pulled over, dance around a car, go in the car and out. You know, and I do stuff like that. Trust me, I've done been
And
grabbed
not
from the
comply
car.
to orders. That's true.
So
You're
yeah,
asking for trouble.
you know, I've seen, you know, old black grandmothers thrown out the car, pulled out the
Yeah.
car.
By their hair. Yep.
What was that female freeze? Remember that
Yeah, on
they
the
killed,
highway. She was
what
going
was her
to the,
name?
she
They
was going
pulled her
to the
out. She was
funeral.
smoking a cigarette. Oh my God! Come on, how could I forget her name? Oh my God! But yeah, so who?
Was it Sandra Bland?
Sandra Bland. Yeah. Rest in peace to Sandra Bland, man. That was messed up, you know. And she had a little mouth on her, but so do a lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
So do a lot of people. Shit. You know, just treated differently. Shit, you know. So that's the part where you know we know what it is, but bottom line, it's not right. But hey, I got something I want you to see, Freeze, because I know you be on the mix, you know, doing your thing at the strip club. But yeah, we you know, we had a thing with, you know, my best friend, right? You know, he my best friend. He just don't know it yet. I want to show you this, right? See how a person can call you the N word, and then can't even
A heated argument, right? And the book.
You gotta see this, right? This is the excuse. Yeah, you can blame it on alcohol, blame it on Brooklyn.
It came out of me. It is what it is. But I didn't say the word. See, people, he's saying, oh, he said it. What was it, yesterday? Oh, he said the NIGGAZ. The word never came out of my mouth. I said, you Nick can't fuck me. I stopped myself at the end. So what are you talking, bro? It's all live.
What was you gonna say though?
You already know what the fuck I was gonna say. Fuck did you mean?
I don't know your mind. What was you gonna say?
Oh, come on, man. You already know. You've been saying it for a month. You already know what I was gonna say.
You don't need to yell.
How you gonna sit there and ask me what was I gonna say? You know what I was gonna say. So what?
I don't know your
Come
mind.
on, man. Get this bozo out of here, man. All right. So that's where the issue between me and this man happened, right? Because I called him out on his bozo ways, right? And that's it. And he kept going platform to platform talking about me. So we got it in, and the Brooklyn came out of me. It is what it is. Hate it or love it, it is what it is.
But what is it? No, hold on. See, we can't. This is crazy. It is blame it on Brooklyn.
Brooklyn came out of me.
The Brooklyn came out of me. You see that? How you really gonna be able to stop yourself? Can't fuck with me. No, you didn't do. Come on now. I don't even want to take the top, but my man behind the bars. Shout out behind the bars. He definitely saw. It's slowed down like. This is crazy, but yo, you seen the anger, Freeze?
The Brooklyn.
You see that anger? Okay, that anger. You would have thought, shit. I dated the aunt, the sister. Okay, jilted the mama out of houses. Okay, that anger. You know where that anger comes from? It's that mixture anger. You know what I mean? That motherfucker got that white blood up in him. That motherfucker messing with them white women. Oh yeah, trust me. Remember Dylan Roof? Okay, when he did all the murders, what was the first thing he said? Y'all taking our woman. That's where that anger comes from. Yeah, it's a subconscious thing.
Well, and a lot of it too is when you have people that feel they have their different perception, their reality, and to them, their reality is they're the ones that's perfect. There's nothing wrong. There's no flaws, and it's everybody else that has the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that they truly believe that. Okay. And the sad thing is that for anyone that looks, like I said, I always tell people, look at the tapes. Anyone can say anything, but look at the tapes and then you have your proof. Okay. And you see the history. You see, it's not just one person. Okay. For Dr. Jaws, you know, it just happened that time and place. Yeah. The target went on him, but he does that to everybody. If he doesn't like what you say, or if you put him in a position against the wall or whatever, or he has to answer something, you know what? It's, you know, it's that's his defense mechanism, you know.
Yeah.
And some people, unfortunately, some people can't handle confrontation. Then you have a lot of people that can handle confrontation, and you know, so and then you can handle it. You know, some people handle it much differently. You know, there's all different levels, and that's why you can't just come out. That's what I'd say to anybody. You got to be careful what you say, because you can't just come up to anybody and say what you think you say, and it's going to get by.
Yeah.
Because that may be the last few words you do say. Okay,
But you seen
you
those
don't know.
responses on MFC? You know what I was
What?
gonna say. I'm asking you, what was you gonna
I
say?
know.
And
I
if
know.
this was supposed to be a discussion, this just showed no,
But
but
see,
like I was, if you really look at the scope of it, here it is. This is a person people would be following behind. Now, this, of course, this is some internet stuff, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be this leader of this mob tie, and look at your actions. It's for people to
yeah.
see that. I know if I see, I'm down with something, and I see somebody, and then I'm not definitely rolling with that, because I
Like
see
I
how
said,
you're
in his
so
in his head,
unstable.
he's the boss, and everybody is subordinates, and that's it. There's no room for nothing else.
Yeah.
But again, like I also say, for people like that, they crash and burn,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
either one, they're going to come up against the wrong person at the wrong time, and it's not going to go well, or a lot of people, especially for YouTube, the way this is a platform and stuff, people are going to start seeing the stuff. And you know, some people can catch these little, what we call red flags, right away. Like, wait
yeah.
a minute. And then
Oh,
some people it may take a little
that
longer. Okay.
motherfucker.
And that's the reason why I say, you know, you have people that follow. Look how many people have had these cults, and people have followed them, and they've taken the poison Kool-Aid and all the other stuff,
Jim
right?
Jones.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and these people swore by whatever this person said. So you know what?
Yeah.
The bottom line is, and this is how for us at Winning Cipher, we try to bring things up, we try to teach things, we learn at the same time. Believe me, there's been a lot of people that have come up to this platform, and we've learned a lot of stuff. And going to
Yeah.
different other platforms, we've learned a lot of stuff. So it's all about, for us, we build. And all we live in all different places. All everyone on the panel, we live in a different state. Okay,
Yeah.
so we do our different things for our communities different ways. Okay, the homelessness, feeding with the foods, you know, all kinds of different things. Getting the waters, like especially out there where you are, Dr. Josh. I know that you go, when you went to California, you went and you got a whole bunch of the waters and stuff like that. There was a whole
No,
bunch of
we
the
know.
homeless,
Hey,
and then you went
MFC, listen,
and
we
you got a
about to
whole.
do that. We're
Right,
about to
but I'm
get
just
busy.
saying in general, you know,
Now,
like some people may think like, what's water? But in these hot states, water is so valuable, because look how hot you guys are in 3 digits right now, you know,
No, we
and
did
it's
that
the
shit.
same thing.
We did the taco run. But see that right there, I just do that.
Exactly.
Is how you raised us. That's
Right.
not. We
Right.
should be. I
But
believe we should all be doing that.
that's true. And that's why, but I always tell people to look, everyone, some people like to be behind the scene. Like, you know, you'll have a techie person that they are 1,000% can do all this kind of technical stuff. But if
Yeah.
you have to speak one-on-one, they're not comfortable with that. So you have to know a person's limitations, what you can push. Me being a manager, I knew what I can mold the person to do and give them confidence. You do it a few times, and then you get comfortable, and then you could speak. You could speak in an audience. You could speak to a group. You could do a talk or stuff like that. Or you could handle business in person, buying computers for a department or something like that in person. So I always say, okay, so you look at what the persons are comfortable with. And that's why I say you have some people that are good speakers. Then you have some people, they sound horrible. You know, within 10 minutes, you got to change it. Oh, this person is dry. The monotone is just flat. And then you have some that are like, wow, I could listen to this for 2 hours. You know, oh man, when are they gonna come back on again? Next week? Okay, got it. Put in my calendar. So what I'm saying is that for us, it's all learning. If what we can find out, just like tonight. Tonight, a lot of stuff has been put out for anyone that watches. Okay, they may already know about it. They may know more stuff. They have our you know, our website and stuff to either get back to you or whatever and stuff like that. Or this is stuff that they could take back to their people, or they could research themselves. Okay, Big Freeze comes up here a lot. I know, even though you like to call him the conspiracy theory guy, but I'm gonna tell you one thing: Big Freeze brings a lot of stuff up that a lot of people are not even aware of, and it's proven every time. It hasn't been something far fetched.
He's on
Okay,
apples.
and so you leave him alone. But I'm just saying. So
Thank
for
you.
us,
Thank you.
thank you. There you go, Big Freeze. So the bottom line is that, you know, we're finding out all this stuff now. Is it fair? No. Okay, you guys, both of you guys are fathers. Okay, I'm a grandmother. If my grandkids were still in school age, they wouldn't be in public school here. We would have pulled them out. They would have either been home trained or in private school. Okay, because of the trainings that's in, you know, this is horrible. It's really, really horrible. So now what do? You could complain about it all you want, but now you got to do actions, because now if you have kids in your home, okay, or grandkids or whatever, you have to step up.
Yep. You right about that one. You right about that one. What is up with you,
I'm
girl?
sorry. I didn't mean to preach. I just get real touchy with that, because it's our children are our future. So I'm sorry when people start playing around with that. I got a big problem with that. Definitely.
Yeah.
You know.
My children got me broke because school's coming and they goddamn buying them damn clothes and sneakers and all that stuff. Shoot, you better do homeschooling. You wear your slippers.
Well, wait till they go to college, okay, and you get that call. You say,
College,
you know,
right.
woo.
Yeah. I'll buy them new sneakers. We ain't paying no tuitions.
Oh, it's my daughter at
Yeah.
one time. She had three of her kids were in college at the same time.
Oh
Do
shit.
you know how stressful that? I was so scared to answer my phone at work, because and it seemed like they called in different states. They called me different times. I'm like, gee, hey, grandma, you got $100? You could, you know, something like that. And I'm like, ooh. But anyway, it is all positive, and you know, you have to support your children, you know, and your family, and you know, and that's what it's all about. And we're here in Winning Cipher to do, you know, positive stuff. You're gonna always have your haters. That's wherever you go. All right.
Shout
But
out
you
to the
know what?
haters.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to the haters, you know,
Shout out to the
and
haters.
we definitely send our thanks to anybody that does support us. Okay. And we, like I said, we all try to do positive stuff. So, you know, there's gonna be a little ruffle. And you know, between Dr. Jaws and Big Freeze, they could
Don't
do
blame it
their
on
thing.
me. Blame it on Freeze, man. It's Freeze fault. No, it's behind the bars fault. It's your fault behind the bar. Started
No,
everything.
we have
Bullshit.
to give shout outs. We have to definitely give a big shout out to not only Behind the Bar, okay, but also Wax AP and also
Yeah.
Shaw Banks.
Shaw Banks,
Okay.
yeah, Shaw
Shaw
Banks, man.
Banks, he is he they say he
Can't forget Rosky,
needs
my man Rosky. Yeah, the
he need
whole
no,
crew.
we can't forget Rosky, but he needs his own, like these guys, they need their own music thing. You know how Chef has his own
His
music
theme music.
thing.
Yes, yeah.
Superfly had his. Okay, they need their own music thing, so then let the people know, don't mess with me.
Yeah, when Shaw Banks say the B word, he say the B word, okay? He
Oh
call
yeah, I
you a
know.
bitch, he call you a bitch.
He make
God, you better
sure
stop.
that
I told you I'm gonna take your ass to church. You better calm down with that bullshit.
he makes sure
You
what
gotta,
he
you gotta
says,
get him up there, man.
you are not going to misinterpret what he's saying to you.
Oh no,
He's going to
yeah.
tell you directly. There is
That's why
no way
somebody
you can.
told me he was trolling. I'll be like, nah, not Shaw Banks. That motherfucker, he's gonna tell you how you feel.
Yeah, he's going to put you in your
He gonna
place.
be trolling you like no goddamn fraud, like New Jersey Jay, that coon. Okay, hey, he was mad. He lucky I don't know how to do that goddamn stupid ass shit. Man, he was cooning so bad, Freeze. Okay, he was on DJ Mayo's page, cooning like, oh no, Massa, don't quit, Massa. You doing so good.
Damn. Woo.
A coon, straight up.
I
Yeah, and all that tough guy stuff you talking, because I know you're watching this. All that tough guy stuff you talking, you doing all of these memes. You gotta look in the mirror. You know the sad part? Okay, you went amongst some people you doing the memes, right? And you ain't do nothing at Al Comper's funeral. I would have told him, let's go around the corner and get busy. You know why? Because I'm wasting my time doing some sucker shit. That's what a real man does. Okay, talking about you was setting me up to that. My boss, you know my boss? Okay, I got one ID, and that's JOZ. You got me messed up. You see that woman up there? That's the person that tell me what the F to do. Okay, my mama, my papa, and them. Okay, other than that, yeah, you got me messed up. God damn.
I'm the backup.
I'm
the backup to
It's
his
real talent over here. Okay, we don't need to worry about it. That's why all that the narrative, every goalpost you try to move up with. First it started, oh, I'm hating, well, we're trying to use you for your numbers, and it don't matter the numbers over here. It don't matter the numbers over here, because you know what?
Content.
It's truth
content.
over here. We're having fun over here. We're not hurting nobody. We ain't got to talk about somebody. No, and the only reason we're talking about You guys was because it's substance. It's something we're talking. It has some meaning. Okay.
Yeah.
It has some meaning. Here it is. Something started over me asking a white person a simple question because you're having my people run around looking stupid, acting stupid. Okay, because ain't no way in hell. Then you lie about it, saying I didn't say one thing when you did. But that just shows who you are. Everything I say, I can look in the mirror because I'm holding truth to it. I don't need to switch up later to make it look good to people. I don't need to call people bozo when they don't agree with me. We could agree to disagree. You know why? Because that's what life is about. I don't need to try to play boss with everybody. You know why? Because the facts of the matter is everybody got one person on their ID. And I don't respect the person that's a yes man anyway. Like a New Jersey J. Like a Calico.
At the end of the day, it's supposed to be respect. Nobody should be called out of their name. Nobody.
No, but MSC.
But I like Jersey. Like, look, Jersey J used to be with us for a bit, and I really liked him. I really liked him, and I for me, I couldn't understand how him knowing how Velo is, that he went to that side and stayed away from But anyway, you know what? I can't be in anyone else's mind. Everybody's actions are their own, and at the end of the day, there's too many other things to go with. I always wish people well. As even technically as a Catholic, I'm supposed to, like, if someone slaps your face, you're supposed to move your cheek. Nah, we in the Bronx don't play that kind of way like that. But I do say this: you may fool me, as they say, fool me once, shame on fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So I look like this: once a person shows their colors, it's good. We're good. We're good. Stay on your lane. Go over there, and that's it. We leave it that way,
Like I said, when a person talking that smoke and see somebody and don't do nothing, you straight jacking, faking. You faking. Only excuse would be if Popo's around. I can see that, and I get it, a person's funeral. But you know what? We going around that damn corner. Oh yeah, we gonna get some straightening out, allegedly. But no, so you got haters all around. Just like you had that fraud that tried to come up earlier. Okay, Oliver, who came in here talking. I mean, he's the one that brought the whole Toby thing. Like that was. Then he ran back. Okay, to his little massa. Okay, with his tail up under his ass, talking about, I went to my job and they told me, they didn't know what Toby was.
That's some of the biggest.
But you know what? You on that diss track coming up, Oliver? Yeah. And MFC said I can't talk about your wife, but you know what?
You better not. Don't even try it. Not on this platform.
She's so cute, girl.
Don't even play it.
You look aight. You look aight.
Okay. We talk with respect. We have respect.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so slow it down. You go on another platform and talk that.
I give it some roses and shit. God damn, shit. I'm a gentleman, like you. But no, it's a pity party, over there, because it's just basically a bunch of regurgitated bull crap as far as like people getting problems. One thing I noticed, especially over there, at the romper room, they interviewing people that have problems that you could incite more problems, just like with the trade situation. Okay, that was
You're right.
It had never been online, and it just goes to show, like I said, what amazes me about that is people seeing that, like, we're not blind. You're seeing that, and you know what I mean. The past couple of people done had problems, you know what I'm saying, with wax, for example, and like I said, at the end of the day, we good over here. We're just showing this out to show the steps that people have to take, to open their eyes. Don't be scared. You see something that
like I said before, these guys, they're standalone guys. Wax AP is his own person. Okay.
Yeah.
Sharp Banks is his own person. Same thing like behind the bar. Okay, he's his own person. Mikey B is his own person. So nobody's gonna come and give and bark orders. Okay, no, not on that. They don't care where you're from. It's not gonna happen.
And that should be respected, though.
And that definitely should be respected.
That's why I didn't like, because shout out to Smitty Brim, and Possibility Bay. who had
Yes,
you know what I'm saying,
Low
and
Dollars definitely a
messed
shout
up.
out.
No, yeah, but
They
it's
have
messed up. They
they
had to
have a
get,
really
you know what
good
I'm saying,
content.
get in the middle of it, trying to help a situation out, which is
Yeah,
what we're supposed to do. And
yeah.
here it is. They were thrown into the
They had
bozo
an
thing.
honest.
Oh,
Yeah,
they bozo.
yeah.
That's uncalled for. But that
But
just goes to
see, at
show.
the same time, and this is one thing I'll say. At the same time, in less than so many hours,
Yeah.
unfortunately, Cosmology Day, okay, he turned into another bozo, like you. He joined what they call the Bozo Club. Okay,
Yeah.
whoa. So to me, that just shows your actions, and no one can misinterpret how you said it, why you said it. You said it, okay.
And
But
that's
then I was
because he didn't agree. He didn't agree with what he
he
was
did
saying, which is
exactly,
like you can't even have your
exactly.
own mind over there. And that's like, come on.
Exactly. But that's okay, because you know
That's not
what?
a
The
tyrant. I don't know what
average
is.
person, and it has nothing to do with education. I call it street smarts. Okay? And you got to have your own, you got to have your own mind here. Okay?
Yeah.
That you're not a follower, you're a leader. And so my thing is this is how I say, when you have someone that's always acting at what I call out of pocket, people they're gonna see this because it's part of their personality. So they can't handle things. So they respond all the time. If you have someone that always talks loud, tries to be arrogant, and all this other crazy stuff, the average person, male and female, they're not putting up being talked down to. Okay? We're
No, you're
all
right.
each person, we have our own plight of how we're getting somewhere and how we're stabilizing it and we're maintaining what we have.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's why and that's why I say, so some people it takes a little bit longer than others. That's not a bad thing. Okay, it's just that the only thing I always say, and that's why I tell people, go look at tapes, don't look at just one or two. I know, take your time and look at different things, and then you can see the history.
He
And
couldn't even
then
stand. Look, he couldn't even stand still. He got to move around.
but
He had the
no, but
he had the towel on his head and shit.
no, but look, my thing, like I said, my thing is that
Look,
you know,
faces.
for educated people, we're not for people that are positive and are trying to do things, they don't
Yeah.
have time for that murky stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
so it may be entertaining for a little bit, but at the same time, afterwards, it's done. It's done. People are going to just turn off they'll go other platforms,
Yeah.
or they'll unsubscribe or whatever they do or whatever. Okay, but it's going to be, or you'll have more people that are watching it that will give negative comments.
But like
He
Mikey
doesn't
B
really
said,
he doesn't
he,
handle negative comments too well anyway. But I'm just saying. So you know what? At the same time, then this is what I'm very proud that all these other platforms, especially Queen Eve, okay, she's no joke, and she stands up. She stands up. She's very passionate. Okay, so you
yeah.
can't play, and she's gonna tell you you're not dissing her. Okay, and if she knows anyone around and you're trying to diss, okay,
Yeah.
she's gonna put you on point in a heartbeat. Okay, and she's not biting words, and I've seen her on different platforms, and she holds her own. Okay, so for people that they don't like her, well, you know what, that's too bad. Okay,
Yeah.
so she's solid in my book, and what she has to do, because she's a grandmother also. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
she's
Okay.
yeah, she's a mother, a grandmother. She says that. Okay,
Okay.
so and she has to work. She's working for her stuff. It ain't
Oh
she's
yeah,
not
yeah,
a
yeah. She's a
billionaire
go
and
getter.
people
She's a
give her.
go getter. She's a go
She's
getter.
definitely a go getter. Okay, but she's also what we call a warrior. Okay,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
as they say, she takes names and keeps it moving. She keeps it moving. Okay, like they say, Spartan. When you're 300,
Sparta.
Spartan.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the female warrior, and but the haters. There's always going to be haters, and you can never let those haters get you out of balance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get you out of balance. Okay,
Yeah. Don't let them
because
do that. It's all a teaching moment. And like I said, I know
no,
you told me to stay out of it, MFC. I
no,
told you
it's
I
true. It's
had a
true
goal,
because there's no reason
a
for you to lower
mission.
yourself.
Mission completed. Okay. It's already
Yep,
exposed. We good. People see it
yep,
for what it is. The people that don't see it, it ain't for you. You know, because I'm
That's true.
definitely not talking to the Walking Dead. But hey, we about to get up out of here. MFC, hold it down. Shout outs. B-Boy said he want to shout out all the sexy girls.
Oh, my little B-boy.
Yes, B-Boy. B-Boy, come here, B-Boy.
Salute.
Yes, I got
Let's see B-boy. Come on. Let's get
Yes, B-Boy wants to. He needs a new girlfriend. MFC.
Remember?
You need to send somebody to B-Boy because he has a problem with humping my friends every time I bring somebody around, male, female.
Hey, B-boy.
Yes,
there
B-boy,
you go.
right? Tell
There
him
you
I have
go.
a problem. I need a girl. All right, come on, fix your hair, man. I can't take you nowhere. God damn, man. Come on now.
See,
Look, might be right there.
Anyone that doesn't know, he is a hairless dog. What is that breed again, Dr. Jaws?
Oh, this is Zolo now. Shit, don't matter.
He's a Zolo. Okay. Look at that.
B-boy wants he just wants something, right? Yeah, right, B-boy. Yeah, I rock your world, girl. Tell him. You got a nice long neck.
Remember the time on 050? Yeah. Who was that? Said, hey, what's that? You got a reindeer over there?
Yeah. That's my boy.
That's our B-boy. Right? That's our mascot.
B-boy, you just little bad. Well,
that's Winnie Cypher. That's Winnie Cypher's mascot.
My girl put a bag down. He want to pee on her bag. Yeah, he bad.
Ooh.
Yeah,
he's letting her know when she takes her bag home that his scent is on her bag. There you go.
Yeah.
He's a boy.
Yeah. You gonna pay that fee for the cleaners?
Say, woo.
You gonna pay that fee?
No.
You gonna pay that fee for cleaners? Take it out your dog food. Take it out your dog. You know you eat that special dog food too, right? Yeah, you little picky dog. But yeah, so we're gonna zap up out of here. SB, okay. I gotta get him some more stuff for school. Okay, I need some donations.
That's right. They go back early August out there, right?
Next week, yes, yeah. Sure, it's, the West Coast starts school early. California school is
Yeah, these guys they don't start till after Labor Day. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, shout to everybody.
Love
the haters. No doubt.
Don't forget hit the like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Shout out to John, Julia, and all my other friends and all the other real people out there.
Aha, baby. I'm on that top route. Count them out, they knocked out.
What?
I'm on that top route. Could count them out, they knocked out.
What? Killing it, illin' it like I'm dripping the swag. Not to brag, I'm so ahead of you. I'm all about that revenue. Smooth in your ear, suave and debonair. I'm up in here, so take notes and watch me sink, they boat. Who gives a care if you don't like me? Rest in peace, my cousin Mikey. I'm so lit, you wanna be like me in the future. Better have a down piece, my wifey. Sip the chaser, I'm so spicy. My whole lifestyle, stay pricey. As B, from Phoenix to Brooklyn, I keeps it cooking, good looking. Microphone 1, 2, check it like the fuse, blow the bomb and big calm. See, I'ma set it, pump that super and let it. I wrote these rhymes and then I said it, won't regret it. If you fake the moves, you getting deaded. I'm that young and on that mission, get that full nutrition. Keep them waiting, keep them wishing. I'm that star man, listen. I'm on that top route, count them out, they knocked out. I'm on that top route, count them out, they knocked out.
I got that He-Man, Hulk, Voltron flow. If you don't know, then see your biggie boy on tour. I got skills galore, perhaps you can tell from that raw. All official sharp like a Ginsu knife stunt, and you gon' pay that price. It's 4, 5, 6 on flight, and next roll I'm trips with it. You wishing you could get with it, but can't stand or sit with it. Them skills keep on coming while they kept running. We got no time for the nonsense. From Bronx to Bompton, Chirac to Bellevue, we tried to tell you, we smells you for what you is. I've been all about my biz. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Set it off, I let it off daily. Oh, you could get them bars really. Tap your roots like Alex Haley. You don't want to get scary. To the bridge, baby, push my old school Mercedes. Much love to my ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the world. We stay doing it up. SB, the J-O-Z, bomb, legacy. I'm on that top route, count them out, they knocked out.
What?
I'm on that top route, to count them out, they knocked out. Hey yo, we
catch on quick. Mad fools turn big, lights click, paparazzi hot, bomb the whole spot. You gon' rock where you stand from frontin' like you the man. Understand, comprende, yo. Jobs don't play, no way, no how. Grand slam, no fouls. From the corners to the verge, you finna feel these words. You heard right, staying tight all night, all day. No delays unless we scheming. Fuck your team and who you run with. You can get done really quick. Now I'm back to all them bricks. I told the play with street licks. Draft pick, number 1, J.O.Z. the Lord's son. Take it how you felt, the world melts deep in my clutch. We love it stack so much. Now honey, keep it on the hush. This is the blow up for all the real and recognize how we throw up you all you can. And I hope it ain't no delaying. Make me have to make my way and grown men no playing.
Yo, the game is shook up. I step my hooks up. It's like the mafia. They open the books up. I got my own click, so put your deuce up. I'm that blade that opens your face up. Play your position, don't get laced up. You a featherweight and get your weight up. Don't even holler at me till you get your cake up. I'm a priceless, and you worth a straight buck. Don't push your luck, chump. It's too late to duck. If I hit you on jigging your empire's up. If you got a gap blast or keep it tucked, stop talking that extra. Your style is hot. I'll cut off your fingers and man home your tongue. And I keep coming back until the job's done.